A bucket list is a list of things to do before one dies. It is a glimpse into a person's mind and heart. The list shows what a person finds most important before dying. In the poem 99 Things to Do Before You Die by Neela Northson, the speaker's list is told and explained. The list is long and has a variety of events and topics. Despite the variety of events, the speaker's list has a common theme of love. The speaker's desire for a variety of love to be a part of a person's life before dying is shown through the common theme. In today's society, love is difficult to define. However, a form of love is well known: physical love. This is one of the types of love the speaker wishes the reader to experience before dying, since one of the strands mentioned in the poem is where or how to love. At times in the poem, the speaker is very direct about sexual references and acts. The speaker says that one should make love on the forest floor, make love in a teepee, and or have an affair in Paris. The way the speaker says these things sounds nonchalant because of the wording before and after each action and the overall playful tone of the poem. Because of all this, it makes the reader feel more comfortable with the proposed actions. This is important because in certain cultures, physical relationships are frowned upon outside of marriage. This causes some people to feel bad about wanting to have or having had a physical relationship. However, the speaker's words imply multiple occurrences that do not have to be with one spouse. This is implied through the variety of people a person should fall in love with according to the speaker. Also, since the speaker does not directly state when or with whom in one's life the things must be done, it can be implied that these events can occur at any point with anyone in a person's life. The person does not need to be married. This shows the speaker's opinion that it's okay to love in all ways, including physically, and that love does not need to be confined to marriage. By making direct references to sexual acts and not putting excess emphasis on them, the speaker is trying to put the reader at ease with those ideas and thus more open to love. This shows how one of the types of love the speaker wants a person to experience is physical love, even if outside of marriage. In addition, another common strand in the poem is who to love in one's lifetime. This strand shows how the speaker wants the person to love whomever he or she pleases. The speaker says, fall in love with a white person, fall in love with an Indian. Also, the speaker mentions curling up in bed with a good Indian novelist. These references to specific types of race implies that the speaker sees a distinction between races. Applying the speaker's meaning in more general terms, the speaker is saying one should love a person of his or her own race and a person of a different race or culture. This shows how the speaker wants the reader to love a person despite race. This is important in life because in the past, some cultures promoted only same-race dating. For example, back in the late 1960s, in the South of the United States, a black male and a white female dating was highly frowned upon and possibly dangerous for both parties. Although the speaker may not have been raised in such an environment, the speaker probably knew about these types of restrictions. By mentioning specific and different races, the speaker is trying to convey that it is okay to love whomever and that a person should not close the door on possible love because of race. This type of free love is one the speaker wants people to experience before dying. A different type of love the speaker wishes the reader to accomplish before death is the love of family members. The speaker takes the last few lines of the poem to say something nice every day to your mate. Say something nice every day to your children. Chop wood for your grandpa. She also mentions earlier in the poem that one should give your grandma a rose and a bundle of sweetgrass. The speaker puts emphasis on each individual person that makes up that family. She could have simply said something using the word family, but by taking the time to mention each person, the speaker implies that love in a family should not be as a group. One should not just love a family, but rather the people in it. In today's life, some people neglect to love their family for the individuals. These people just see family. And by doing this, the relationship and the strength of the bonds between those family members weakens. If the bonds get weak enough, the family can break apart. Also in today's society, there are some families whose members no longer speak to each other and avoid each other. The speaker is trying to warn the reader against this by mentioning the love of the family. She shows through her lines the importance of loving the individual members of a family as another type of love a person should experience before death. Another major theme in the poem is how important it is to love one's own culture and heritage. This implies that culture can give a type of love that a person should know before dying. The speaker often refers to Native American culture in her poem, but her meaning can be taken more generally. The speaker mentions that one of the things to do before dying is learning to speak your language. In 2008, it was estimated that there were roughly 6,000 languages in the world. Researchers say that once every 2 weeks, one of those languages dies. A language dies when people refuse to speak, learn, or pass down the language when they have the ability. The speaker puts great importance on loving one's distinct culture, and her tone is less playful and more serious in parts of the poem when speaking about it. One can see this when the speaker starts off in a playful tone, saying, "So what's a poor Indian to do? Come up with a list that's more culturally relevant." But then the tone becomes serious when she goes on to say, "Watch a Minnewak deer dance, attend a Hopi Kachin dance, I'll dance with the Yakima." These actions cannot be done by just anyone, which makes the event special and rare. Since the cultural events are Native American exclusive, and the speaker is implied to be Native American by knowing and referring to the culture, the speaker is making it clear that a person should learn his or her own culture. By being part of one's own culture, a person is included in an exclusive group of people who are similar to him or her. This gives the person more people to form bonds with and love. By listing events that are culturally exclusive, the speaker emphasizes that the love of one's culture can bring another type of love a person should experience in life. By choosing certain events that contain a common theme of love, the speaker attempts to persuade the reader into having a variety of love in his or her lifetime. Doing this implies that the speaker does not want a reader to have any regrets or doubts when it comes to love. In this poem, there are several types of love the speaker wishes the reader to be able to accomplish before death. The speaker wants the reader to love whomever despite cultural differences. Also, one should love their culture and family members. The speaker even goes so far as to tell the reader how to love. The combined effect of all these suggestions is the fact that the speaker wants the reader to love and be loved in every way possible. In addition, the speaker shows how love can be incorporated into anything a person does through the variety of events and actions on the list.